The Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, "When a person has a swelling, a scab, or a bright spot on their skin, and it appears to be a case of a contagious skin disease, they must be brought to Aaron the priest, or to one of his sons who is a priest. The priest shall examine the sore on the skin. If the hair in the sore has turned white, and the sore appears to be deeper than the skin, it is a contagious skin disease. The priest must pronounce them unclean. But if the bright spot is white, and does not appear to be deeper than the skin, and the hair in it has not turned white, the priest is to isolate the affected person for 7 days. On the 7th day, the priest is to examine them again. If he sees that the sore is unchanged and has not spread on the skin, he shall isolate them for another 7 days. On the 7th day, he is to examine them again. If the sore has faded and has not spread, the priest shall pronounce them clean. It is only a rash. They must wash their clothes, and they will be clean. But if the rash does spread on the skin after they have shown themselves to the priest to be pronounced clean, they must appear before the priest again. The priest is to examine them, and if the rash has spread on the skin, he must pronounce them unclean. It is a contagious disease. When someone has a contagious skin disease, they must be brought to the priest. The priest is to examine them. And if there is a white swelling on the skin that has turned the hair white, and there is raw flesh in the swelling, it is a chronic skin disease, and the priest must pronounce them unclean. He is not to isolate them, because they are already unclean. If the disease breaks out all over their skin, and, so far as the priest can see, it covers all the skin of the affected person from head to foot, the priest is to examine them. And if the disease has covered their whole body, he shall pronounce them clean. Since it has all turned white, they are clean. But whenever raw flesh appears on them, they will be unclean. When the priest sees the raw flesh, he shall pronounce them unclean. The raw flesh is unclean. It is a contagious disease. A person with a contagious skin disease must wear torn clothes, let their hair be unkempt, cover the lower part of their face, and cry out, "Unclean! Unclean!" As long as they have the disease, they remain unclean. They must live alone. They must live outside the camp. These laws concerning skin diseases served a practical purpose of public health, preventing the spread of infectious conditions within the community. But they also carry a deep symbolic weight, often interpreted as a metaphor for sin. Just as leprosy separated an individual from the community and from the presence of God in the tabernacle, so too does sin create a separation between humanity and God. The detailed examination by the priest mirrors a spiritual need for discernment and the recognition of sin. The process of purification points towards the need for repentance and cleansing, and the ultimate declaration of clean or unclean underscores the authority and judgment of God. This chapter reminds us of the holiness of God and the seriousness with which impurity, both physical and spiritual, was to be treated in the life of His people.